Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome Miss Philippine Queen of 2009, Miss Chelsea Patricio, and Mr. Philippine Weekend of 2009, Brian Agarta.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, kat naimbag na rabiiyo amin. 1 year ago, those very words started the introduction to a night that I never thought would even happen. Ever since I was a little kid, I'd always found ways to be involved with Philippine Weekend, but I never thought that becoming a candidate for the 2009 Mr. and Miss Philippine Weekend pageant would be one of those ways. Looking back, however, I'm extremely happy and grateful that I took part, for it's added even more memories, friendships, and cultural connections to those that Philippine Weekend has already given me throughout the years. There are definitely plenty of people to thank for helping make that so. To Lorena and Edward, whether you're in the audience tonight or not, thank you for being my voices of reason last year, ultimately squashing my doubts and convincing me that I could do this. To my fellow 2009 court, Nellen, Chris Matt, Katrina, Johnson, Maricar, and Miss Philippine Weekend Queen herself, Chelsea, thank you for such an amazing summer. I'll never forget telling those ghost stories behind the curtains, playing with the fake foot prop that managed to find its way backstage for us to mess around with, laughing at each other during practice for our opening number, or those late nights during float building where our laughing got in the way of actual working. Most of all, I'll never forget the wonderful laughs and memories we seven shared together, both on and off stage. I wish I could take the time to acknowledge each of you personally, but I don't think I have the patience to walk any slower towards this stage. But I will say that it was a crazy fun ride, and I'm so thankful that I was able to share it with each of you, both as candidates and as great friends. To Zach and Crystal, thank you guys for putting up with our random goofiness, while at the same time always making us laugh with your own crazy wackiness during our times together. Thank you for your care and guidance, for it was through your hard work and supervision that we were able to put on such a great show. P.S. Zach, you're still weird. To my family, thank you so much for your unconditional support. Without you, I never would have gotten to where I am now. Words cannot express how thankful and grateful I am, but I just want to say thank you and I love you. It's been such an honor for Chelsea and I to represent Philippine Weekend as your 2009 King and Queen, and I thank God for blessing me with such wonderful experiences. Tonight, however, it is time to crown a new King and Queen. To the 2010 court, I hope you seven have had just as much fun as we did, if not more, and will continue to cherish the times you spent together as this summer slowly comes to a close. You all have done such a great job tonight, and I'm proud of each and every one of you. Enjoy every moment and have fun as the new Philippine Weekend Court. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat, and thank you for joining us tonight.
The summer as Miss Philippine Weekend of 2009 has allowed me to acquire a myriad of experiences and had opened doors I never knew could have opened. On July 18, 2009, I remember so vividly that one question asked by the judges during my interview, "Is there anything else you would like us to know?" With great confidence, I simply told them, I may not be the prettiest and I may not be the skinniest candidate, but I promise you that I will shine so bright on that stage tonight, and I hope all of you can see it. As promised, I gave it my all. Those last moments before the title of Queen would be announced, my heart, and I'm sure the other candidates' hearts, were all racing. I had what seemed to be a flashback of all the practices that led up to this point, and my performance for the entire show. When Kiyoshi called my name, I snapped back to reality and my mouth just dropped. An ecstatic shock was surging all over my body. It was a surreal moment for me. To this day, I get these sudden urges to just smile and be proud of myself. My message to the candidates of 2010: to think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best, because in the end, the reward will be greater than what you expected. I have grown both spiritually and emotionally in profound ways because of this experience, and I hope all of you have too. To my Mr. and Miss 2009 court, I have had the privilege of being with truly remarkable people that have made a mark somewhere in my heart. I will never forget our adventure trip to Bakersfield to find any necessities for the pageant, and the awkward screeching sound we all sang in harmony during practices. Katrina, thank you for the wonderful times we had stomping around to the slow song during practices. Marikar and Nellen, for creating yet another memory together as the Three Musketeers. Words cannot explain how this experience positively affected our friendship. To Chris, Matt, and Jonathan, you two have been new additions to my life, and every time I see you guys, I cannot help but smile. This pageant has allowed us to become closer and lifelong friends. Lastly, to Brian, but known as King Brian, you are my brother, best friend, someone I cannot and will never forget. It is crazy how you and I love to do things in pairs. Junior year, you were my president when I was your vice president. Senior year, I was ASB president and you were my vice president. Now we have the titles as king and queen. If you ask me, we are moving on up. We're an unstoppable pair, and I thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you so much, God, for all that you have been to me and all that you will continue to be. Thank you to Crystal, Zach, and to my family, especially my mom, for being my #1 supporter, fashion designer, and critiquing everything I did, for raising my confidence when people brought me down, and for unconditionally loving me as I love you. Thank you to my friends and anyone who believed in me and supported me. I hope I was able to make all of you proud. Now it's time to pass on my crown. And no matter where I go in life, I will always remember this experience and all it has taught. I am honored to have been able to serve as Miss Philippine Weekend 2009. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Brian Ingarda, Mr. Philippine Weekend King 2009.
And I'm Chelsea Patricio, Miss Philippine Weekend 2009. Right now, I'd like to introduce our present 2009 court. Prince Chris Matt Mateo and Prince Johnson Del Rosario.
We would also like to acknowledge the members of the court who aren't here today, and that is First Princess Katrina Stebbins, Princess Marikar Antonio, and Princess Nellen Lanus, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight. Thank you.